Well, hello, guys. It's another Sunday, and we're here. This is Kim and Odingo with Relationship Matters.
It's another beautiful Sunday, and we have a wonderful episode for you today.
Baby, it is a beautiful Sunday. It is snowing. Can you believe it?
It is snowing, it's freezing cold, and being outside now is like a threat to one's human existence.
Especially with the people who don't like the cold, especially
Exactly.
we Caribbean people. But anyway, let's stay on topic.
Yes.
So today episode, we're talking about diluted relationship. And today I'm going to let my husband lead with this because this is one of his topics today, diluted relationships. Mr. Jackson, can you let us in on a little bit of what do you mean by diluted relationships?
Right. I use the term diluted relationship because it is the very same concept as if you have syrup. Mm-hmm. You have any kind of syrup. You have a concentrate. You have Vimto, Ribena, and you put a bit of water in it.
You
diluted it a little bit.
Okay.
It will still have a nice flavor if you haven't over diluted it.
Yeah.
Right?
When you over dilute it,
when you
it
over
tastes
dilute
a bit
something,
like water,
all the taste has gone.
It's gone. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So what I'm looking at is, and I'm speaking about something that I'm guilty of doing in the past myself.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
And I'm just sharing this as a testimony.
Okay.
And I'm being full frontal. I'm being very brutal.
Okay.
That I've been in a relationship where I could have done more. Mm-hmm. I could have been more to the person I was with.
Okay.
But I chose to hold back from the person I could have been, the love I could have given them, the things we could have done, the contribution I could have made to their life.
Okay.
Because I did not feel confident enough within myself to be all in.
So basically, you were giving them like 50% of you, or 50 or 40% of the
Possibly even less.
Oh wow! Okay,
Possibly
so that's
even
what you
less.
mean by diluted.
By diluted relationship.
So
I'm talking
in
about
a
coming
relationship,
in,
but not giving 100% commitment.
Exactly.
Oh.
So that's what it is. So you are as we stand, as we are, and bearing in mind, we are always getting to know ourselves a little bit more, and we are always changing. So the person that you were last year and the year before, probably you were able to give more, or probably you were more trusting. Okay. Sometimes the issue often could be trust, and it doesn't necessarily mean you don't have trust for the other person.
Yeah,
probably you have your own trust issues. You see, so I am looking at it like you get into a relationship, and for one reason or another, the relationship would never be able to be as sweet as it could be. Because it has been diluted from your side.
Wow.
The person you are with is diluting the relationship.
So basically, it's not an authentic relationship because you're in it for what purpose then? Because if you're just giving... So people who are... Because I'm sure our viewers, there are quite a lot of people who are in a diluted relationship right now where one person is giving everything. One person is 100% committed to this relationship. Yep. But the other person is just coming in and, like you're saying, most probably just giving 20%. But I'm sure they also expect a lot, but giving in so much, giving in little. So when in terms of giving, can we have some examples of when you say I'm only giving 20% of that of me to that relationship? What are you withheld in love? Are you withheld in support? What are you withholding?
Anything that could be withheld.
Oh wow!
You hold back. You give enough. Funny. There's a term that says that when some people go to work and they're just paying you enough to make sure you keep coming back, but and you are just working hard enough to keep them from firing you. Okay. So you're being paid just enough to keep you employed.
Yeah.
And you are just working hard enough.
So the same concept, you are just doing enough.
You're just doing the relationship
enough
is
to just
continuing.
stay. So the woman don't say, you know what, I'm fed up of this. Yeah. But at least you give a little bit of loving, you give a little bit of support, but you're not in 100%. And I think that's emotionally draining if somebody's able to pick up on that. Because for me, I would want to be with somebody who gives me just as much as I give them.
Right.
Because I think at the end of the day, in terms of, just look at a scenario whereby people have children.
Right.
You understand? And you need your spouse to be supportive. You need them to be able to give you, that extra pair of hands.
Right.
That extra support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And then I am the one doing everything.
Yeah.
It's more like, it's crazy, especially people who have young kids.
Of course.
You can't keep going. You need that extra pair of hands. And what if you're not in a financial position whereby you could hire a nanny, or you can get extra pair of hands to come and help you?
Okay, from family members to pitch in.
Oh yeah, exactly. You are leaning on your spouse to help you out, but basically, listen, they just coming in, they're giving you half an hour maybe, and then they're off again. That kind of thing. Or they're not contributing financially to what can actually make the home a better home, give you more security.
Oh, yes.
You find yourself most probably doing everything financially. Oh, yes. On top of that, they want you to support them as well.
Of course.
And maybe you are putting in money in a pot. They are taking money out of the pot. Some people are like that. It's more or less like, I am putting money in my savings, and every month you have a situation that needs to be dealt with.
Yes, of course.
You understand? Oh, I need to my car is broken. I need to do this. So every time they just taking money out of your pot, and they're not giving you anything in return. So that relationship is not really working for anyone, but it's sad that at the end of the day, like you said, there are relationships which are like that. So you call it a diluted relationship, So one person is giving everything. The other person is just in it for, basically, what are you in it for? That's the thing. What exactly are you in it for? Because what's the point?
Yeah, but some people are in a diluted relationship, and they know they're in a diluted relationship, and they have concluded and have satisfied themselves to the fact that I'm going to stay here because it can work. Because a lot of people won't stand for that, would they?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You see?
But I think I understand why some people actually would do that. There are some people who are afraid of commitment.
Fair enough, yeah.
No, it's true, that's a real deal.
Yeah.
There's a fear of committing too much into a relationship. So it's more or less like you said, you go to work just enough so you don't get fired. Oh, yeah. They stay in the relationship, but they know, I'm not gonna get married to this person. I most probably won't have kids with that person, but I'm just comfortable being there. It's my happy place for most probably half of the day.
I could remember there's relationships back home that I heard of people who've been together for 25 years. They have children, 25, 30 years. These are people who are in their 50s and 60s, and they have children who have grown, and those children would have had children. Mm-hmm. And those people are not married. And at about probably 70-something, 80 years old, they decide, okay, let's get married now.
Wow.
People are living together for whatever. But I know marriage is not everybody's ideal place in a relationship.
Oh, no, definitely.
Some people are not looking for that. But if you're with someone who wants to be married, so what is the objective? Why are you holding them back? Yeah. What is the point? But some people would do that. They would be with you, and they can give you more of themselves. A literal example, when I look at a diluted relationship, when I speak about it, I feel it's a really, really, really sad and a selfish place to be. Mm-hmm. Because when I was that way, while I was in that place, I felt that the person who was the victim behind anything else was me.
How on earth were you the victim?
Yeah. I'm glad you asked that. No, I'm not even going to explain it necessarily. What I'm going to say is this.
Yeah.
The only way I could have justified keeping this stupidity going was to look at myself as the victim.
My goodness.
But that's what a lot of people do.
And I think a lot of people do that for real,
They will wrong you, and then they believe that they are the victims in the whole scenario.
Baby. That's like emotional blackmail, kind of.
Well, is it self-emotional blackmail?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh my goodness.
But I was getting my way.
Yeah.
So the relationship was, as far as I was aware,
so it was just working for you. It was working for you.
No, it was working for both of us. Because the other party, literal example is, let's say, I'll give you an example. Man and woman meet, and then she say, what is your opinion of marriage? And the guy say, listen, I'm the marrying type. I'm looking, I want to settle down.
Yeah.
And the woman would say, she knows that is what she's looking for a husband.
Yeah.
She's looking to be married as soon as, probably within the next year or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
She's looking at getting married soon, get some eggs fertilized, have some children. She's looking to have that 2 to 3 year plan kicked out straight away.
Yeah.
But when he stated, I am the marrying type. I want a wife. I've been looking for a wife.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, I'm looking for a wife. But he won't say this outright. But his intent in his heart is probably in the next 5 to 10 years. Not right now. I'm only 28. Yeah. I'm only 31. So probably in my 40s, I will be looking at settling down. But I do want to get married. But because she did not specify or try to look at the time scale, he was able to give her not an answer, but the answer she's looking for, and move in there, slide in there, very sneakily like the fox. And before you know it, your hen house is empty, and the fox is fat.
Oh my goodness!
And gone.
Oh my goodness! And you've given that relationship everything that you have.
Well, you tell yourself this is going to be your husband, and every time you see anything in him, you are pouring into him to get him to be all that you need him to be. Because all you could see is, this is my husband, this is my husband, this is my husband. He say he wants to be married. I am the one. We are here. If he didn't want me to be married, if he didn't want us to be married, he would not have actually selected me. So you believe now your prayers have been answered, but it was actually the devil there to send deception comes from the devil.
Oh my goodness.
But it could also be that this guy is in a different season in his life.
To help our viewers out, baby, how can we detect for ourselves, especially, both parties suffer from this, both men and women. How could we put our eyes on, I don't know. I'm trying to find a perfect word. How could we spot basically when someone is just messing around with us and we're basically in a diluted relationship, or maybe you are in one and you're not even aware of it? Like, what kind of signs? Because you said you used to be that player. So what can people look out for?
Well, I'd like to say it's important to know where you are in a relationship, not just where you are in the relationship, but where your partner is. It's important to know their intentions and time scales. The reason why I'm saying that is every relationship, there's things that keeps the relationship together. I think me and you is because we love to talk. I'll talk to you all day, all night, and I don't get bored. Sometimes I get tired of you. I hang the phone up. I'm telling you, sometimes I get tired of you. And then I'm telling you. And then I hang the phone up. But listen, I get tired. I hang the phone up, and then I said to myself, oh God, let me call her back. I hang the phone up and I realize I miss you right there and then.
Oh, baby.
Instantly. You see? And sometimes I'm talking to you and I could tell you are tired of me.
Yeah, but I have to be on the phone.
Yes.
I'm speaking to you.
Yeah, and then after you go off the phone and a few minutes later you call back and say, oh, by the way, and I realized, right. So you was, I could sense you were tired of me. Yeah. But then after that, I could tell you still miss me. Yeah. And I'll get tired of you sometimes, and the next thing I realize I still miss you. Yeah. So I know I'm not tired of you. It's sometimes we are emotionally in a place where we have little tolerance for anybody else. So we want that one-on-one time. Yeah. But when you miss your significant other, you know alarm bells go off that you are putting in. You're throwing in. You've connected.
You've connected.
Yeah, the Bluetooth connection has been authenticated. You understand? Yeah. Both of us are connected. I give you my security code. You give me your security code. We are now on the same page. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But when you are with someone and you could check yourself, because a lot of people don't know they're in a diluted relationship, because you are giving full 100, you are giving the syrup. And you could tell that something is not right. Often something is missing. It's not right.
Like some people, it's like you want to talk to them, but they never have time to fully listen to what you have to say. You know, because some women just want to be heard. You know, I've got so many friends, they just want to speak to their spouse. I've got friends who say to me, Kim, how you know they go always talking all the time? Like my husband, we just greet each other, we say bye for the day, and then we see each other at home. I'm thinking, oh yeah, we can't do that.
I don't understand that.
We don't do that. We speak to each other throughout the whole day. Some people think that's insane. I remember one person was saying to me, do you guys really live together?
Yeah, no, I know.
I was like, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But there are people who lack that sense. They don't have that communication.
Well, but you are a talker. I'm a talker. If I'm feeling something, I'm not going to hold it in and be silent. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Even if I don't tell you like right there and then, it wouldn't be 4, 5, 6 hours. I'll have to come out and tell you. And if I bite my tongue, it is just so that I don't disrespect.
Yes.
But I will say, I have to say, and I know you're the same.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I think we often communicate with each other regularly because, not just because of our own relationship, it is also because we are part of a family. We have to always communicate about the children.
Of course.
We have to always communicate about the running of the house, this bill, that bill, income, expenses. We have to always communicate.
We talk a lot.
We do. But we do that because we try to keep this ship, the way we run our home and we run our relationship tight.
Oh, yeah.
We run our home tight.
So I think
that's why we're communicating.
That's a lesson in itself for somebody, because at the end of the day, if you don't run a tight ship like you're saying, you could miss something. You know what I mean?
Your spouse could be giving you signals and signs that they are heading out.
And
you would
don't even
see
notice.
it,
You don't
and you don't. And
realize
thank you. You can't recognize it.
Yeah.
Your children could be doing all sorts, but you still can't see it. Now, I know we have jobs and we are busy. We have to keep a roof over our head and the children's heads. We have to keep food on the table, clothes on the back. But for the love of God and everything that is good, if you can, please commit to paying attention. I'm guilty of sometimes just going and not seeing. I'm speaking and I could hear everything you're saying and I'm responding, but I have not really listened. But that's life gets in the way.
Life does
but
get in the way.
How do you
but
look
don't
at?
let that become a habit all the time.
We can become habitual deafness. We can pick up habitual deafness where we choose not to listen because we are too tired.
So if somebody
we are too
really
busy.
Paying a lot of attention. That's for me. That's a warning bell.
I think so.
You know,
I definitely agree.
You're not paying a lot of attention. You don't know a lot of things about me. That's a warning bell.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? You don't know what there's certain things you just have to see with your eyes. That listen, this man don't even know what my favorite colors are. He doesn't even know what my like there's certain things your spouse need to be with you.
Yeah.
You understand?
But I'll tell you something else as well. Another I would say I did in this relationship that I had. I was only available when I was available. Yeah. I was never available when I was needed.
Wow.
Or when it would have been nice.
So it was all on your terms.
It was more or less when I was available.
So that's something to
when
look
it is
out
convenient for me.
You.
And it doesn't matter how it is presented to me.
Yeah.
I could always try to. I would not listen and accept and acknowledge or apologize. I would always try to swing it back to say, right, okay, I'm still the victim in this.
Yeah.
Right. So this is what you're saying to me, but this is what you're saying, but this is what I am hearing, and I could always push it back and turn it around. A relationship is supposed to be a sweet place.
Of course.
That's why I use the term diluted, because if you are not getting full from someone, you cannot give them full. And even if you're giving them full, if you are giving them fully what you can, they will not be able to appreciate it. So even if the relationship is a place of dilution, a diluted place, even if you are being genuine and authentic, when you give full, they still will not be able to accept it or receive it.
My goodness.
Because it is diluted already.
Yes,
so they will dilute it from their side.
My goodness.
So diluted relationships is a place of pollutants. It's a polluted relationship. You begin to change on the inside who you are, because who you can be in a relationship, you can grow.
Of course.
The person you are with is the missing link in your life. That person is supposed to complete. If you are the building, they can be the roof. If you are the building, they might be the windows and the doors. You are the foundation, they are the building. Whoever you are with, you have to begin to see and see how this person actually fit into your life. Snug. See how this person has completed your poem, have completed your song. See how this person make sense. See how this person has come into your life and become the key to your locked lock.
Wow, baby, that's deep.
Yeah.
The key to your
lock.
Wow.
If other keys can go in, but there's only one special key that can turn. And it is important to feel that this person, and to know within yourself and to look for that person that give you that very powerful sense in your foundation that, you know what, this person is like my missing piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This person is like the only key that can open my lock. I don't know. There is something about the way they speak and the way they do things, and it is not just from their side only. I also feel like I can be that to them. Not just about what they can do for you and what they can be for you. It's also, can you also be that to them? And this comes from a lot of personal work. Working on yourself every single day. You see?
Yes.
So moving out of a diluted relationship, if you have one, it's a beautiful thing when you reflect and you realize where you are, because it might be painful, it might be uncomfortable, but it is
because
a
it
relief.
feels like you are being taken advantage
No, but
of,
it's a relief when you realize and recognize that the relationship is not as sweet as it could be.
And especially when you do find the person who then gives you 100%, and then you look back and you say, my goodness, I was actually missing out.
Oh, yes.
You know, because this person never even took the time to know me. You understand?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they were just on their own agenda. You know, baby, that is really powerful. I've learned something today. Diluted relationships. Being in a relationship where one party gives 100%, the other person basically works on their own terms. Just drawing everything out, just draining the life out of you and leaving you basically hopeless. You know, we are living in a very cruel world at the moment. And, you know, everybody's just out to get what they want. And my message to anyone out there who's listening, you know, and who's part of, you know, just keep on supporting our podcast. Try to put yourself first at all times. Never just take everything, you know, for granted. Look at your relationships much deeper, because these relationships tend to tell lots of stories, don't they?
Oh yes.
You know, so if something is not working for you, listen, get out. You know, we are in a time right now. We don't need any more time wasters at this time. If you are not there, my motto is, if you're not on the same page as me, if you are not there to elevate me, if you are not there to make me better, if you are not there to support me, to take me on a different level, get out of my life. You understand?
And that's a simple life value to follow.
Yeah, I don't have any time to waste. So I hope you guys have appreciated this. Check yourself, check your relationship, find out whether you are in a diluted relationship.
And for the people who are not, you know, you can raise your hand and you can have a little dance and say, my relationship is sweet
like honey.
Sweet is
and
very
listen,
nice.
And if
sweet.
You are the one diluting that relationship,
please stop it.
Please stop it and get
don't
out.
Do it.
Don't
do it.
Grow up.
Yeah, don't do it. Just don't.
Grow up.
Just don't do it.
Anyway, guys, we love and appreciate you.
Yep.
And we'll be back here again next Sunday. Thank you so much.
Have a blessed week. And